Good afternoon, AFROTC Enterprise. Col Bennett here. I want to take a minute today on this beautiful sunny afternoon here in Alabama to reach out to you and talk to you about what's going on with COVID-19 and hopefully give you a little bit of confidence and assure some of your fears as we move forward in this. Clearly in the past week we've seen our nation rise up and respond to what is a global pandemic that's affecting each and every one of us, both personally in our lives as well as across the AFROTC enterprise. Let me start by saying we've seen our nation's reactions and responses as well as the DOD's all with an intended purpose, and that's to minimize the spread of the COVID-19 virus, and really it's to protect our healthcare system, our hospitals, so that they have the capacity to respond and treat those that are affected by this. The measures that have been put in place are intended to minimize the spread of that. So we've learned about new terms. We've learned about social distancing, self-quarantine, and other things that are changing the way we look at the world. You've seen a lot of guidance that's come out from DOD, some from myself, from your community leaders, from your universities, from your government leaders as well, and all of those are guidance to give you tool sets and rules to help navigate these tough times. It's fair to say that not every one of those bits of guidance will always be clear to your unique circumstance and situation. And particularly to the detachment commanders, but to all of you, this is where I need you to hear me. I rely upon and trust your common sense and good judgment in these tough times. If the rule sets don't exactly fit your circumstance, please use your thinking caps. Adjust to the situation as it unfolds and make the right calls. I think it's fair to say that as we go forward, there are a lot of things we don't yet know. The world, our nation, is going to respond to this, and in due time we'll have a response that fits the circumstance and brings us to a logical conclusion. I predict that definitely by Christmas, if not before, we're going to look back upon this period of time and say our nation has changed, our world has changed, our communities have changed, and we're different, but we will respond to this circumstance. So where are my priorities right now? First and foremost is to make sure that you and your families are safe, that your cadre are safe, that your cadets are safe, and you're doing prudent measures to implement those safety protocols in place to minimize the possibility that you get the virus. Within AFROTC, we're looking forward to what's coming next. The first thing I want you to focus on beyond your safety is to think about our FY20 commissionees and taking care of all the actions to get them across that starting line to become lieutenants in our Air Force. After that, I want you to focus upon preparing our cadets to come to field training this summer, because as of this moment, it is still going to execute. There will be impacts, there will be mitigations, but our plan right now is to field training to execute. And lastly, I want you to also kind of focus in priority on the normal administrative things that still have to happen for AFROTC to continue to function. I promise and pledge to you, I will continue to communicate to you, I'll continue to listen to you as circumstances at your detachments unfold, at your regions as they unfold. I ask you to push that information up to us, and we will continue to communicate clearly to you. And lastly, to the leaders, I need you to lead. I trust you wholeheartedly to do the right things for yourselves, for your teams, for your enterprise, and I thank you for all you're doing on behalf of AFROTC. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a Facebook Live on the 26th of March. Obviously, we'll spend time during that period talking about our responses to COVID-19. Between now and then, please send forth your questions to us, and we will be ready to discuss and respond to those at that time. From the headquarters, Col Bennett out. Thank you very much.